I don't really know where to start when describing Wobbledogs. It's a 3D pet sim where you're tasked with breeding these weird dogs that have rectangular shaped bodies and jello-like legs. It's a very strange gaming concept and it only gets more weird the more you play, but as my wibbly wobbly dog family grew, so too did my heart. The Wobbledogs themselves are super cute, although it does feel like you're chasing around after a group of tiny grandpas. These dogs have a bit of trouble moving around, meaning that they'll need some help. Just like with other pet sims, you'll need to look after them by feeding them, cleaning up their bright pink poo, and giving them plenty of love. There's a sim-style profile at the bottom of the screen displaying your dog's basic needs, and you'll need to keep an eye on their hunger, fatigue, and fun. You can also decorate their surroundings and give them plenty of toys to keep them happy. The dogs start out relatively normal, but feeding them different kinds of food like hamburgers, toffee apples, and burritos will cause them to mutate, encouraging different shapes and colours. You can see inside each dog's gut with a special microscope and look at what microbes are floating around and how they impact the dog's body. If you thought that was a bit weird, you might want to hold on to your hat. Mutations take place through what Wobbledogs calls the pupation process. Throughout a Wobbledog's lifespan, there are several times when they will want to pupate, which means prepare yourself. They form a caterpillar-like cocoon around their bodies and get hoisted up into the air. When the pup is ready to be hatched, yes, hatched, you can click on a suspended cocoon and the newly mutated dog, with a whole lot of gelatinous liquid, will break free from the casing, dropping onto the floor. When the pupation process is over, you'll get a breakdown on the dog's new mutations. The mutation process is a slow one, with only small changes taking place during each hatch, but over time, the dog's bodies begin to change. You can try and control the dog's mutations by looking at what food they need for the desired change, but you'll truly never know what the dog will look like until it breaks free of its weird cocoon egg. Now I know you're not supposed to have favourites in a family, but I had a massive soft spot for my Wobbledog called Stubbs. When Stubbs hatched from his egg, he landed upside down and bless him, he could not for the life of him stand up. The combination of a long rectangle body and extremely long legs meant that he could only wiggle on the floor, trying to find perches on his incredibly long limbs. Just as I was about to gently try and prop him up, he did manage to find his footing, and, like a newborn baby deer, he began to adorably hobble across the floor. Unfortunately, Wobbledogs have a short lifespan, and only after a handful of mutations, it's time for them to pass on. My first Wobbledog, Mingle, had lived a good life, and when it was his time to go, he howled one final time and then slumped to the floor relatively peacefully. The other dogs then howled in response, which I thought was super adorable, but then they proceeded to eat his body, which was kind of less adorable. It's moments like that that sum up Wobbledogs. It's a cutesy pet sim when you get to take care of a bunch of oddball dogs, but it also has strange moments where I don't know whether to laugh or be slightly horrified. Wobbledogs is only just released into early access over on Steam, and developers Animal Uprising are planning for it to stay there for a year. I've enjoyed what I've played of Wobbledogs so far, and those weird, adorable puppies have officially wobbled their way straight into my heart.